The account of the three men in the fiery furnace. It's found in 2 Kings 24 and 25 and Daniel 1 through 3. King Nebuchadnezzar was the king of the nation that had captured the Israelites. They were in Babylonia. King Nebuchadnezzar, he was a mighty king, and many people thought he was as good as a god. One day he came up with this idea. Make a statue 90 feet high and 9 feet wide. All should bow down to it. Whoever does not will be thrown into the fiery furnace. This would be making King Nebuchadnezzar like a god. Well, they built the statue, and all the people came, and when the trumpet sounded, as they were commanded, they all bowed down. Everybody bowed down. Everybody bowed down, except some people found someone who didn't bow down. Some individuals came to the king and said, "There are some Jews who pay no attention to your decree." He said, "Bring them here." Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, 3 Israelites, 3 Jews who had come and they were captured, friends of Daniel, ones that were trained by the king, but ones who believed in the Lord and never, ever trespassed against him while they were there. They stood before the king and they said, "We will not bow. If we are thrown into the furnace, our God will save us. And if not, we still won't serve your gods." They did not know what the Lord would do, but they knew they couldn't break the first commandment and worship some other god, and that God would figure everything out. They could trust God that he would do what is best, and he would protect them. But they weren't sure if they would die that day or not, but they knew they had a Messiah coming who would deliver them from any death. King Nebuchadnezzar was mad. He said, "Throw them in that fiery furnace." And so the guards grabbed Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and threw them into the furnace. It had been made 7 times hotter. It was stoked really, really hot, and they were thrown in there. But something unusual happened. Now, first of all, the men who actually threw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in, it was so hot they died from it. It was so hot. But then when the king looked, he looked inside that fiery furnace, he saw there was a 4th person in there. A 4th person in there, and he asked, "Weren't there only 3?" And everyone answered, "Yes, we only threw 3 in there, but there were 4. Because along with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, it says the angel of the Lord was there. And that was likely the 2nd person of the Trinity. It was likely Jesus himself. Before he was put in the flesh, it came there and was with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Finally, the king commanded, he said, "Come on out of there." And they pulled those 3 guys out of there, and they didn't have any burns. They didn't smell like smoke. They had nothing. It was as if they had never been in there. And King Nebuchadnezzar declared, "Praise be to your God. No other God saves this way. I am promoting you." Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego didn't know how the story would work out, but they knew that by obeying their God and not worshiping a false god, not bowing down before any idol, they would be better off. And God delivered them. God allowed them to show glory to the Lord, and his name was praised. That's the account of the 3 men in the fiery furnace.